Some might call it the game of the week, but there's that other Bucs-Patriots game that sort of gets in the way. But for here in Arizona, Cards, Rams, the NFC West matchup. But is it a real rivalry, Kent, considering what's happened in the past here?
No, not since the Cardinals have lost 8 consecutive games against the Rams by an average of 20 points. It was a rivalry back in the day when Jeff Fisher coached the Rams and Bruce Arians would needle him about always being 7-9, 8-8. That was a rivalry, partly because the Cardinals won their share and BA like to poke Jeff Fisher with that. But it's not a rivalry until the Cardinals prove they can beat Sean McVay, and he's undefeated against them.
Bob, there's the facts. How do you argue for the Cardinals this week?
Well, until they win, I'm not going to pick them. I'll just tell you that right up front. But I'll say this, in talking to Kyler Murray on Wednesday, when he was asked, hey, is this a different team you're bringing with you to LA this time from the last couple of years? The last 4 times you've lost to them? He goes, man, that's not even a question. It's night and day. And you know what? He's right. This is a far better Cardinal team on both sides of the ball. Yeah, they've made mistakes the last 2 weeks. They still won. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they're going to give the Rams a hell of a fight. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. This is a different Cardinal team, and it's got its own share of weapons. And LA better not think about looking ahead. I don't think they are, but it's going to be a lot closer than I think a lot of people think.
Greg, we look to you and the Cardinals Red Sea for your thoughts here on this rivalry.
No, somebody's O has got to go. What are you talking about? This is the game of the century. This is the game. No, this is fun, right? Kent's right. There's absolutely no rivalry unless you occasionally win some. And Bob is right that the Cardinals are way better. I've been watching this team for probably, 5-6 years now? This is as good as I've seen them look. I think the pass rush has to come back. The Rams do a lot in the pass attack. If the Cardinals can show some of that pressure that they showed in week 1 against Tennessee, Byron Murphy could continue to get loose in the secondary, getting his hands on everything. Rams could be in for a long game. This could be a lot of fun. I'm really interested to continue to watch Matt Stafford. He was up in that wasteland for so long, people didn't know whether he actually could play. Like, is he just putting up a bunch of numbers on a bad team? Or is this a guy you can count on to win big games? He won a big game last week. This is a lot of fun, man. It's week 4 or whatever, but this is a lot of fun. Somebody's always got to go.
Bob, Kyler Murray, and you wrote about the offensive line issues for the Cardinals. Is that going to be an issue this week for Kyler to be able to stay in the pocket, or is he going to be on the move nonstop?
That's a good question. I mean, it's the best defensive front I think they're going to face to this point. And Aaron Donald's a beast up front, best defensive lineman in football for the last 4, 5, 6 years. So if they got to go to the backups again and trust that Josh Jones can play right tackle for a second straight week after playing guard this whole year, they're going to have to keep their fingers crossed, Brian, because I don't know how good they're going to do, how they're going to hold up even when they're completely healthy up front.
Kent, Matthew Stafford just looks like a reborn quarterback under McVay. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception, just under 1,000 yards passing. What are your thoughts on how this offense can do against the Cardinals defense?
He's free, right? Matthew Stafford's free from that city that Greg didn't even name. He's out of there. All I see, I just had this image in my head of the Cardinals defense against the Sean McVay offense, going for the play fake, the quarterback rolling out, and the outside linebacker realizing 3 steps in, I lost contain. Now Matthew Stafford or whoever quarterbacks the Rams has 3 receivers to choose from. It's going to be a challenge, for this defense. But it's a better group, I think. It's a more athletic group, especially since they can get Isaiah Simmons on the field full time this year. I think the Cardinals are going to give the Rams some problems in this game. I really do. I don't know. It's just kind of a gut feeling more than reason or, an educated guess. But I do. I think the Cardinals defense is going to play well in this.
Greg, you feel like Kyler just will not let them lose this game? I mean, I know he's going to have a big part in it, but, will he have a big enough part to control that?
Well, first, I like that Kent was this close to saying gap integrity. Like he was this close to saying. And I like what Mac wrote a couple of weeks ago about the way that the Cardinals scheme things in order to make room for Murray to scramble around. So you talk about Kyler, will he let it's like when Kyler's healthy, you kind of can't beat the Cardinals. We saw that last year early. They were fantastic. They're good now. If Kyler's healthy, he's a dual threat, like legitimately on third and anything less than about 7, this guy can pick it up without taking a hit. And if you do that and look to throw on the run, which he's been fantastic at, and we've yet to see a breakout game, like a major DeAndre Hopkins kind of game. We saw 2 touchdowns, but not a whole lot of yards. There's a chance this could be, the DeAndre and Kyler show. Man, look, I'm looking forward to this game, man. I can't wait to see it. But let me just not forget to mention Byron Murphy versus Cooper Kupp. Like, this is going to be a great game.
All right. The game comes down to a prediction, and Greg, we'll let you go last. You're going to think about it. I know you are. But Bob, what's your prediction for this one? You sort of gave us a taste early on.
Yeah, I'm tempted to go high score, but I'm not going to. Something tells me it's going to be more of a defensive struggle. They're going to, like a couple of heavyweights, kind of just feeling each other first few rounds until things get lathered up. And look, I think the Rams are going to win, but I think they only win by 3 points. And I think it's a manageable game where nobody has the edge until the very end. And I'm thinking it's going to be 27-24 Rams. Okay.
Kent?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the gut feeling. And I think the Cardinals have some advantages in this too over matchups with the Rams in the past. Like last year, Jalen Ramsey was able to just go with DeAndre Hopkins anywhere he went. And he can't do that against this Cardinals team, not with AJ Green, not with Christian Kirk playing the way he's playing, not with Rondell Moore. I think the Cardinals can score enough to win this unless Kyler Murray suffers a sprained ankle on the first series. Then all bets are off like last year. But I'm going Cardinals 27-24. Matt Prater kicks a 61-yard field goal at the buzzer, and Cliff says, "I told you so. Stick with me."
Bob, I know you love those. You love when Kent brings up the old field goal to win it. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I think I'm 4 for 4. I think I've said that every week now.
The tradition continues. Greg, speaking of traditions and predictions.
I was going to say, man, the thing is, Prater's going to kick a 61-yarder like before halftime, though. Like, that's not going to be to win the game. The Cardinals will be up 7. Look, man, you guys know me. I hate predictions, right? I don't think of myself as a financial advisor. I don't want anybody gambling off of my advice. But, Brian, what's the over-under?
I think it's close to 55.
All right. And Cardinals are 3-0, and the Rams are 3-0.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Somebody's O's got to go. I'm going Cardinals 6, Rams 0.
What? 6-0.
Hey, Bob, you said it could be low scoring.
You go to be a financial planner. Don't be a predictor anymore.
All right, Cards and Rams, Sunday, 1:05. All your coverage here on azcentral.com.
If you're right, I'll buy you dinner.